Ladies and gentlemen, this YouTube channel vlog show is of authenticity, inspiration, and realness. It is also about personality, good times, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And now, here is your host of the show, Mr. Big Beefy E himself, the elder statesman of Rant and Rave, and Mr. Shenanigans himself, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. This is episode number 1106, and we are at the final Dynamite of 2023. New Year's Smash 2023 as we head into the new year. It's been a crazy event, to say the least. Crazy show, crazy ending. We got to get all this a lot of ground to cover, so let's get going here. As you know, the Continental Classic is got the two league finals. We get the Gold League and the Blue League final. The Gold League is a triple threat match as Jon Moxley went up against Swerve Strickland and Jay White in a triple threat. And Moxley has won the Gold League final and will be facing the winner of the Blue League final. That would be between Bryan Danielson and Eddie Kingston. And Eddie Kingston, by the way, is the defending ROH Ring of Honor World Champion and NJPW Strong Champion. On that note, I will explain that NJPW has a new authority figure. Now, I'll get that. As Tony Schiavone interviewed Strickland and Prince Nana, and then Strickland did address Keith Lee, who issued a challenge to him, and that match will happen at World's End. That's right. Swerve Strickland, one-on-one with the limitless Keith Lee. Bask in his glory. Okay. Then Renee Paquette interviewed Mariah May, and Mariah May says she'll make her debut on the first Dynamite of the new year. Appropriate. People booed that, but hey, I gotta respect that. Then why the heck not, right? Why the heck not? Why the heck not? Just, you want to start off right, start the year off right. That's how you do it. Make your debut. Make your debut and make 2024 your year. You start from beginning to end. Perfect idea. You don't have to start near the end of one year and have to begin another. Begin the other year. Begin the new year. Why not? Mariah May's got a pretty good smart move, in my opinion. But Riho was not very happy about that, interrupting Mariah May. Starts almost, what it is? I think it almost mix May and Carey together. When I think of Mariah, I obviously think of Mariah Carey, but to say the least, interrupts and chases Mariah May. Was about to attack her, then timeless Toni Storm, the AEW Women's World Champ, gets involved in the matchup, and then she bailed out. So, and then Riho grabbed the title that Toni Storm left behind and held it up, and Toni Storm's like, "How dare you!" I'll tell you one thing, man. This match is going to be good. But the women's division gets more interesting. Top Flight and Action Andretti said, even though we came up short, we're always looking for new challenges. Orange Cassidy said, okay, we heard you. Guess what? We'll see you Friday. He was with Rocky Romero and Trent. And then Rocky Romero looked at him. He did the same thing to me last week, but we'll see you Friday. Whatever. And then Miro addresses Andrade El Idolo and addresses his wife, CJ Perry, who's managing Andrade El Idolo. And that's going to lead to a matchup at World's End, as well as Andrade El Idolo will go one-on-one with the Redeemer, Miro. And I'll tell you one thing. Well, like I say, if I ever see a dream match of AEW versus WWE, Miro versus Gunta for the Intercontinental title. And if Miro ever thinks about coming back to the WWE as Rusev, sign me up for that matchup. But right now, Miro's doing his thing in AEW. And then Tony Schiavone interviewed Don Callis' family. Actually, Don Callis likes to grab the microphone and talk, celebrating Boxing Day. He presented each of his family members with pictures. You got Konosuke Takeshita, Powerhouse Hobbs, and the Ring of Honor television champion, Kyle Fletcher. And there was one more picture, and then Sammy Guevara came out, who made his return after being on paternity leave for 5 months, plus had a concussion. So, resting up, and then Sammy Guevara basically confronts Callis about not calling him and all that, so Callis starts dissing him. And then after Callis shows him the last picture with Sammy Guevara holding his little child, he says, who the heck told you to do that? And then all of a sudden he starts dissing Sammy Guevara's parenting. Sammy Guevara pushes him, and then all three members of the Don Callis family, Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, and I was like Kyle Flanders. Almost said it's Kyle Fletcher, Konosuke, Takeshita, Fletcher, and Hobbs were attacking him. Then Chris Jericho came to his aid. And then Chris Jericho extended his hand towards Sammy Guevara. Guevara's doing the same thing, but he rushes over and gives him a big hug. The sex gods have reunited. Yeah. But then as they were getting, then they got brutally attacked by Big Bill and Ricky Starks. And then the lights went out, and then the lights one came back on. Here comes Darby Allin and Sting. Gotta do it like Tony Schiavone does. It's Sting. And then all four of them attack Starks and Big Bill. That leads to a huge 8-man tag team matchup. Get this. On one team, you got Sting and Chris Jericho, Darby Allin and Sammy Guevara. You're talking about two generations coming, generational wrestlers coming, wrestlers from different time generations come together, going up against the team of Ricky Starks, Big Bill, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Konosuke Takeshita. That's going to be interesting for sure. And then Renee Paquette interviews Roderick Strong, the Kingdom. Roderick Strong's still convinced that MJF is the devil. More on that story. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Then the Continental Classic, the Blue League Final. Eddie Kingston going one-on-one Bryan Danielson. Now, if Kingston loses his matchup, he loses the ROH World Title and the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Strong Championship. Some news on New Japan. They have a new president. The ace himself, Hiroshi Tanahashi, is been elected as the new president of New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is huge, and if I know Hiroshi Tanahashi, he won't put up with any garbage. He won't put up with any garbage. I got a good feeling about this. So excellent job in New Japan, picking him as the president, replacing Takami Obari. I think that his name is. So Hiroshi Tanahashi, the ace, is the new president of New Japan Pro Wrestling. So you got that. But Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson, they fought a couple of times, but Eddie Kingston ended up winning the matchup. John Moxley comes out to check up Danielson, and then addresses Eddie Kingston, but then Eddie Kingston responds. And they got two passionate promos. They know each other very well. It seems like they want to give it at all 100%. Can't wait to see this. The Continental Triple Crown Championship is on the line. Eddie Kingston's got both of his belts, and you get the new AEW Continental title as well. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup, to say the least. Lexi Nair was about to interview Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, but then Copeland decided to arrive to attack Cage. Both men to the brawl, to the point where the AEW locker room had to separate these two, and they're going to go at it for the TNT title in a no DQ match as well. And it seems like Christian Cage wants Shayna Wayne to be dressed as Mother Wayne. But why is Hannah wanted to go? Reba wanted to go out. Excuse me. Then Chris Statlander went one-on-one with Sky Blue, with Stokely Hathaway joining on commentary. Stokely Hathaway, the dude looks like if you put Steve Harvey's DNA and Kevin Hart's DNAs in some freak science lab, and then you came out with this guy, Stokely Hathaway. Sky Blue won the match, but continued to attack Statlander. Here comes Willow Nightingale coming to Statlander's aid. But then, as Julia Hart and Sky Blue are backing up, here comes Abaddon, who will be challenging Julia Hart for the TBS Championship at World's End, which is coming this Saturday. Very interesting, to say the least, my friends. Then Renee Paquette interviews Ruby Soho, and then Saraya interrupts her again. As I believe on Rampage, she'll be taking on Marina Shafir. But it's like Saraya's got a new member of the Outcast, so to speak, Harley Cameron, who decided to stick out a knife, and then Saraya goes, well, no, we'll work on that a little bit. And because Renee wanted to interview Saraya how this partnership came about. So it seems like Harley Cameron has joined up with Saraya and Ruby Soho. Gonna be very interesting now. And then Harley Cameron can learn a lot from Saraya and Ruby Soho. That's the advantage I think she has. Then the Ring of Honor tag team titles were on the line. MJF and Samoa Joe versus the Devil's Masked Men. Then MJF came out first, and the Masked Men came out first, and MJF came out, and then Samoa Joe was supposed to come out, but he was attacked backstage. But then MJF says, "Listen, I'll go it alone. I'll come at it." Then one of the Masked Men attacked MJF with a lead pipe, and then one of the Devil's Masked Men hit the Heat Seeker, and then ended up hitting MJF. We got new Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, the Masked Men. We don't know who they are. Who are really the Tag Team Champions? We don't know. It gets getting nuts. A fourth guy comes out. A fourth Masked Man comes out. All four attack him. Samoa Joe comes out to his aid and holds the chair. But then the Devil appeared on a Titantron, and he wrote, "Pleasure doing business with you." And then I was like, I got a feeling that something's not right. Samoa Joe attacks MJF from behind, hits him with the chair. It looks like with the belt's now gone. But then he starts screaming at MJF, "I did this to you." He's working with the devil, but who is the guy under the mask if it isn't MJF? So Roderick Strong, once again, in his crazy mind, it's not him. The devil is not MJF. What in the world are you thinking? If MJF's not the devil, who is it? Is the Kingdom and Roderick Strong behind the whole thing? Is Adam Cole actually behind the scenes calling the shots? I mean, we may find out at World's End this Saturday. We don't know. It's like an aces and eights thing going on here, you know? But the only difference is you don't have a million biker meanie guys. But if Samoa Joe is in league with the devil, who is he under the devil mask? Who's been using MJF's mask and the mask that MJF entered the ring with? We don't know. It's crazy. It's a crazy situation. I gotta tell you, it is a crazy situation now. Now it's crazy that Samoa Joe. MJF's not him, because Samoa Joe wouldn't have attacked him from behind unless MJF was behind the whole thing and said it's all an act. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? It's getting strange. Well, that's all the time we have on the show. Episode 1106 is complete, and I'm going to be done here. And once I upload this video, I'm going to get some sleep myself. I got work tomorrow, because we are halfway through this year, and so far I got what? Tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. 3 more days to deal with. Then it will be the end of the work week for 2023 as we start the new work week next week. So, well, for now, I gotta go. So I'll see you later. Check out my channel if you like it. Please, if there's people that you know that we need a channel to subscribe to, tell them to come here and recommend them for it, because it's a good show. So, and I'll see you guys later. Until that next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. This concludes today's episode. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bova Telepictures and Distribution. See you next time on another episode of the show. Goodbye for now.